Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video I've tried to film a few times and it hasn't been going well. My files have corrupted, had to get a new SD card. Not important, the important part is I'm back. Hopefully this works and I just want to show you all my favorites from the past month. I don't think I even did a favorites video last month because it was Halloween month and I was a busy bee. As you know, I did a ton of looks throughout the whole month. I was trying to get up one every single day, so I was really busy. And I don't think I even got a favorites video up. So what I want to do today is show you all my favorite beauty products from the past month or so. And I have quite a few, so why don't we go ahead and just jump right in. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is what's going on in my eyeballs. Clearly my eyes are not their normal color. I normally have brown eyes. But one of my favorites from the past month is going to be this product right here. These are contacts. They are from Air Optic Colors. This is in the shade Brilliant Blue. If you see my Instagram, you'll see that I posted a picture, kind of a close-up of what they look like. They are intense and that's just me. So throughout the month of October I did a lot of Halloween looks and I used a lot of colored contacts, not like normal colors but like crazy colors, and I just had so much fun with it. So when I went to my annual eye appointment I asked about doing some fun colors and this is what I decided to try for the first time. So I've really been loving these. Of course I love my brown eyes that I normally have, but it's fun to switch it up. So that's my first favorite. It's going to be these Air Optic contacts and these are again in the shade Brilliant Blue. Next I want to talk about a primer. I don't typically talk about primers too much on my channel because they don't really affect me either way. I use them, but it's not necessarily something that's part of my routine that I always wear one. However, the past month I've noticed I really need a primer. So when I went home for a surprise visit, I forgot to pack a primer and I noticed such a difference in my skin and how long makeup lasted and how it looked. So this is the Hourglass primer. I've really been loving it this past month. It's unfortunately really expensive. This little tiny thing, this is a small travel size. This is $18, I think. Hurts the heart, but it's so amazing. It just makes your skin look so flawless, so beautiful, and it really does help the longevity of your makeup. So there are plenty of primers out there that are great alternatives to this, but this is like the top of the line. I have this in my makeup kit for when I do clients, and that's why I have it. But I've been using it myself this past month, and I love it. It's a great primer. I highly recommend it. Hourglass. I don't want to talk too much about this next product because I did talk about it in a recent video and it's expensive, so let's just get to it. It is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Spray. I talk about it all the time. It's just because it's so good. I've had it for a couple months now and I use this especially on days where I don't really want to wear a lot of makeup but I want to still have that natural, glowy, beautiful, luminous skin. This is what I use. Of course, I also always use a highlight, but this is also really what makes my entire face look that dewy and that beautiful. This is a larger size version. This is $50, but they do have a smaller version. I think it's $15. Great for travel, smaller size. Check it out on their website. Sephora now carries these, but I don't think they carry the smaller ones. So check the Tatcha website. Love this stuff. It is like pure spraying gold. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually from Inglot. This is the Duraline. I don't think I've talked about this before, but I've been using it for the past probably 3 or 4 months and I use it all the time. It doesn't look like I have. It only has like this much out of the bottle, but that's because you don't need a lot of it. So what it is it's something that you would use to rejuvenate your eye makeup. So if something is really dried out, you could put a little drop of this in and it helps to kind of bring it back to life. It's also used to create some liquid form of something. So for example, if you have a loose pigment or an eyeshadow that you really want to make into an eyeliner per se, you could just drop this into it and it becomes a liquid. So it's such a cool product. I think this will probably last me forever and I think it's only about $10 or $11. I first bought this to use with my Inglot gel liner because as much as I love it, I feel like it does dry out before I'm even halfway done with the product. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of this in it and it just kind of makes it a lot more creamy and just kind of brings it back to life and it doesn't make it as dry as it was. I also have been using this with my Anastasia Brow Dip Brow. That stuff kind of dried out too for me, so I put a little drop of this in there and then my eyebrows just smooth right on. I highly recommend it. It's a very versatile product and I think you'll use it for a lot of things and it's fairly inexpensive. So again, Inglot Duraline. Moving on to a couple of lip products. Before I go into actual colors and things, I want to talk about this product right here. This is Aquaphor. This is the lip repair. It says it relieves dryness and soothes chapped, cracked lips, fragrance-free and preservative-free, immediate relief. I love this stuff. I heard Amrezy talk about this recently on her Snapchat and I was like, I need to get it because anytime she talks about anything, I'm like, mine. I pretty much use this as my chapstick all the time. This is especially helpful before you're putting in a liquid lipstick that might dry out your lips. Super helpful to use. So really be digging it. You get it from the drugstore, super inexpensive. I think it was $3 or $4, so I definitely recommend it. I've been trying out a lot of new lip products this month, but I only want to talk about the ones that I've tried for a couple of weeks at least. Some of the other ones I'll be talking about in another video coming up, but these two I wanted to talk about because they are gorgeous. So the first one is actually this lip gloss from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've kind of been straying away from their liquid lipsticks for a little bit, but I still love their lip glosses. This is in the shade Dark Cherry. It is just a very beautiful plum, dark, vampy lip gloss. I love their lip glosses in general. They don't obviously stay all day long, but they're very pigmented and they do have a very long-lasting power. So I definitely love this. This came in a holiday kit. I'm sure they sell them individually, but this is one from that holiday kit. Again, this is Black Cherry. A very similar color to that is this one from LA Splash Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Vampire. This is a very dark, reddish, vampy shade, and I absolutely love this. I've recently, in the past few months, gotten into LA Splash. I had so many people telling me to try them for so long. I don't know what took me so long, but this is definitely my favorite formula of liquid lipstick. LA Splash is just to die for. They really do last all day. I know that Anastasia ones last for a while, but I feel like those crumble off on me a little bit more. Some colors more than others, but these, I haven't found one that really does that yet. So this color is super beautiful, and I kind of use these together. Like if I have this on and I don't necessarily want it to be as dry looking anymore or as matte, I'll throw some of this on and they are a perfect combo together. The next product I actually want to show you is an eyeshadow. However, that's not what I've been mostly using it for this month. This is in the shade Sangria. This is an individual eyeshadow from Anastasia. I haven't heard anybody talk about this using it as a blush, but I have been obsessed with it. So basically, I've been using this just when I want a more dark, vampy look. It kind of just has that very dark blush look that most of my blushes don't have, and it has a little bit of sheen and sparkle to it. Not so much that it's like too holiday-ish and too much on your face. It looks gorgeous as a blush. It's also gorgeous as an eyeshadow, but I wanted to tell you I've been using it as a blush this past month because I pretty much have used it every single time I've done my makeup. I had a lot of questions, a lot of compliments on my blush the past month or so, and this is what I've been using in conjunction with a couple other things, but this is the primary blush that I have been using. Again, this is an eyeshadow, but I've been using it as a blush as well. The next product I want to talk about is this highlighter right here. This is in the shade Oh Darling. It's from MAC Cosmetics. I hate talking about things that like are not easy to get because this was hard to get. I didn't even get it. My best friend Allison was so sweet and she found it for me. She was so lucky and she got it for me, so thank you so much. When I first got this, I really loved it, but I still felt like my Gelded Honey from Laura Geller Beauty was my favorite gold highlight. But then I decided to dip my brush into Max Fix Plus before I put this on my face, and game changer. This then became my favorite gold highlight, and I've pretty much been wearing it nonstop. It's not what I have on today, I'll talk about that in a second, but it is such a beautiful color. If you could get this, definitely get it. It's very hard to find. Like I said, it was pretty much sold out everywhere right away, but MAC always does that. And then they pretty much come out with awesome highlighters all the time, so I definitely recommend this MAC Oh Darling highlight. While we are on the topic of highlights, I wanted to show you what I've been applying it with. I've always used the e.l.f. tapered brush, which is still an amazing brush, and I still use it, but I wanted to try out a new brush. Rizzi also talked about this on her Snapchat, so I went out and got it. This is the Morphe brush. This is the M310. When I first got this, I thought it was very flimsy, and I thought, how is the product really going to deposit well? But I was totally blown away. So it is just so perfect, and I don't have anything on this right now, but it is just so perfect. It's a perfect size actually to fit right into the high points of your cheeks. You can even do it other places. I like to put it on the bridge of my nose, place like this. Great brush. Super inexpensive too. I think this was $4 or $5. I'm going to talk about a few more Morphe brushes because I've really been loving them and trying them out. So this brush right here is great though for highlighting. M310. Two other Morphe brushes I want to talk about quickly are the M431 and the M443. This right here is going to be the M431, and this is actually a pencil brush. I use this primarily to smoke out my lower lash line, and I've been really loving it. It's the perfect size, and I just really love it. It's also inexpensive as well. I think this was a couple of bucks too, so totally recommend that. The other one I actually got, this is the 443. I actually got this to be an eyeliner brush, but I do find it to be a little bit too large. I can use it for that, but that's not what I've been loving it for. I've actually been loving this to put the black eyeliner in my waterline or whatever color. It is just so sturdy, and it really gets in there, and it doesn't affect, really bother my lower lash line or the waterline. So that's what I've been using this for. I haven't really tested it out too much for actual winged liner because I think it might be a little bit too big for that, but I've been loving it for the waterline. So again, this is the M443. One more brush I want to talk about that's not from Morphe, but it is for eyeliner, and this is the MAC 210. Amra also talked about this on her Snapchat, and she's right. I have to get everything that she says because she's really on point with everything. So this is a little bit smaller of a brush, and this is what I've been loving for my eyeliner. So basically, I haven't really had a problem with any of the eyeliner brushes that I've used, but they're just okay. But this one, again, total game changer. It's just the perfect size, it's the perfect density, and it really helps you to get that really precise wing liner. I can't recommend it enough, MAC 210. 3 palettes I want to talk about. The first one is just probably, I could do a whole video on it because it's freaking amazing. This is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. Now I will confess to you, I wasn't that interested in getting this. I don't know, when I first got it, I kind of thought these are just kind of regular colors. I have most of these colors. I don't know, I wasn't really that excited about it, but it went on sale. It was $12.50 and I was like, it's not going to kill me to get it. Let me try it out. I am so glad that I did because I cannot say enough about this. I've worn this so much in the past few weeks and I've gotten so many compliments. I mean, I wear like similar things all the time, but when I wear this, so many compliments. I went to the mall and people in Sephora and Macy's and all the makeup departments were saying, where did you get your makeup done? Like, I love that highlight. I love your eyes. It was insane. I went to Ulta and the guy was like, your makeup just looks so beautiful. It is on point. And I'm like, my God, thank you. I did it myself. Like, no one did this. Like, and this is what I used. It was crazy. It's super versatile. It doesn't look like it is, but it is. And that's the highlight that I have on my cheek today. I am super impressed with the highlights in here. These 4 are all highlight shades, and then these are all eyeshadows. Some of them are a little bit matte, and some of them are shimmery. This is what I also have my eyes today, too. I only have 2 shades on there. It's just so perfect. It's just great for an every single day look. And you can do so many different things with it. So let me know. I might do a tutorial on it and using it because it is gorgeous. The next palette I want to talk about is from Morphe. This is the Morphe 350 palette. I know you've heard it a million times talked about on here, but there's absolutely a reason why. I just did an entire tutorial using this, so I will link that down below if you're interested in seeing that. But it is beautiful. So it has all these warm shades, some cool shades, but mostly it's known for all of its warm shades. And Morphe in general has fantastic eyeshadows. It is kind of always out of stock, but when it comes back in stock, which it does often, it'll be out of stock pretty quickly after. So definitely keep checking the site if you're interested in this. But in general, Morphe has amazing palettes. I have 2 other ones from them, and they are just so versatile and very inexpensive. This whole palette was $22, I think, and you can use a code to get $4 or $5 off. I don't have a code, but if you just search Google for Morphe affiliates, there's a ton of them. So definitely use a code if you're going to purchase one of these. But seriously, these palettes are phenomenal, and if you can get them, get it. One other small palette I just want to talk about quickly is something I talked about in my e.l.f. tutorial, and this is the blush palette, and this is in the shade Light. Again, I don't know why it's called Light because these colors are super vibrant, and I would never call this palette light. I can't even open it, so that's a good start. Still trying to open it. Okay. So this is what it looks like. It has these 4 shades right here, and I think this entire thing was $6. I really love this dark kind of corally shade right here and these 2, this above it. I mix these 2 pretty often. Then you have, you know, your general pink and then this little bit darker pink. And they're super pigmented. I was very impressed with this when I used it in the e.l.f. tutorial. There were some things in the e.l.f. tutorial that I just did not like, and this was one of the ones that I loved and I still used after that. So definitely recommend it. $6, e.l.f. Cosmetics. I actually want to talk about one more thing. I've only used this once, so I didn't want to put it in like the long list of things that I've been using this month, but I had to mention it because I am blown away. And that is Loving Tan. I don't know if you can notice, but I am so much darker than I normally am. I did this last night for the first time, and when I went to the store today, I felt uncomfortable looking in the mirror at myself because I was just so dark. I look like I just got back from vacation. I don't think that my studio lights are really showing you as dark as I am. I think they're making it a little bit lighter, but oh my God. So for the past like year, I've been using Million Dollar Tan for a self tanner, but I wanted to get this because I've heard so many good things about it and there was a sale on it. So I thought I'd try it out, and holy shit. This is the Loving Tan 2-Hour Deluxe Bronzing Mousse, and this is in the shade Dark. I mean, maybe I should have gotten a lighter color. I mean, I love the way it looks, but I just was blown away when I first got it. So anyways, I had watched Jaclyn Hill's video on this, and one of the things that she mentioned and how cool it was is that, you know, you put it on 2 hours later, you're good to go. You basically put it on, let it sit, and then you wash it off, and it's great. Most of the other self-tanners that you use are you have to kind of let them develop overnight. Not this one. Another really cool thing that happens with this, and that Jacqueline talked about as well, is that even if it looks a little bit streaky when you take a shower, after you take a shower, it is all blended out, which kind of amazes me. So I really, really love this. I will link the information to it down below, but again, this is Loving Tan 2 Hour Express. Okay guys, so those are all my favorites from the past month. I hope that you liked this video. Sorry that it's a little bit late. Like I said, I tried to film this a million times and it just didn't work out. So I'm going to be going on vacation, so I am going to be pre-filming quite a few videos. So if you have any suggestions on things that you want to see, make sure you write them in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Over here, I think, right here. Or here, I don't know, over here somewhere. Just please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.